Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, oh so thrilling comic book haul. Yes. Hi. How we doing? People. I don't know how this happened, but I've acquired a stack of comic books. I never know how it happens, even though I actively go out and hunt and look and can't stop myself from buying. It's fun. I like it. But I was frustrated with my normal haunts, coming up empty a lot, more empty than I'd like, and I get tired of eBay, man. I love eBay. Love eBay, it's great. Screw around, see what you can find, but it's not as fun as hunting out in the wild, not as fun as going to a shop. So I had a day off from work on a random Tuesday, and I said, I'm gonna go to one of my neighboring cities and go to brand new places. Went to a couple new antique shops and a new comic shop and found very little, but it was still a lot of fun. So I got a big stack here, and then I'll explain what the rest of these are as we go. So I went to this really nice antique mall, a little too nice. Things were very pricey. They had some comics. I called before I went. I was like, you guys have any comics? Like, oh yes, we have comics. We have several vendors that sell comics. Cool, great. Sell is an interesting word. They were there for sale. I don't think any of them are going to be sold. There's a lot of common stuff from the 90s, some stuff from like the bronze, all far more money than I would ever pay for these books. That were just nothing that special, right? But it was still fun to look. And then there was, behind the fancy antique mall, a dirt road with a sign that said... God, what was it? Nita's Antique Store, this way. I said, okay, let's do that. And it was literally a dirt road, and there was a little shop that was far more what I was looking for, just junk, just stuff everywhere, unorganized, because unorganized to me means there's a better chance of finding something, right? Digging for gold. This is how you dig. I don't know. And I didn't find much there, but I did find one book in my so close to being done quest to end my Death of Superman, Funeral for a Friend, Reign of Superman storyline. I found a book upgrade for me, Green Lantern 46, the second print. Second print. My copy was a little rougher, so this was like $2. Cool. Very excited. Then the poor antique lady was telling me about furniture, and I kind of glazed over. I was like, I don't care about furniture. I care about comics people. And then I went to their local local comic shop there, which was nice. They had a pretty good selection of books, just not a whole lot I wanted to spend the money on. But I found a couple of diamonds in the rough here. Found Tomb of Darkness, number 13. It says $5, but I got it for $3, so that was pretty cool. Pretty nice shape. Again, Bronze Age Marvel. Bronze Age horror Marvel I love. So fun. And then, boy, look at this one. This one was the real find of the day. Captain America and the Campbell Kids. The Battle of the Energy Drainers. Look at this. Look at this promotional comic. Campbell Soup Company and Marvel Comics Group, in cooperation with the U.S. Department of Energy, present Captain America and the Campbell's Kids. This book's a lot of fun. I went through here. It's got puzzles and games and all kind of stuff. Just one of these fun giveaways that I like to find on the cheap. So that's a really cool looking book. And the rest of these are all going to come from half-price books. Half-price books I hit far too frequently. But they got a new... the guy introduced himself to me. This guy that's in charge of the comics now. Because forever they just sat, right? And nothing was new was being added. And I showed a haul recently where I got a bunch of DCU books, a few Darkhawk, issue 1 I think I showed. Just some cool stuff, right? But they got those dang price stickers on there. Still, I was there on Friday. I had to run around. One of the benefits of my job is I have to run around a lot to just various sites around town. So I find myself out by the antique malls or half price on a regular basis, or Ollie's, right? And I was there on Friday. And I was like, I'll quick stop in. I got 20 minutes. I'll see what's anything's new. Nah, nothing. And then on Sunday, I tried to go to my local comic shop, and it was packed, man. It was just packed. I don't know what was going on, but it was far too many people and far too many people without masks. And I haven't had any vaccines yet. And I just basically really, all I needed to get was bags and boards and to see if anything was new that I wanted to spend money on. And I said, I'll come back later. I'll spend a little time at half price. They're close. You know, worst case, I find something there and I come back later. Well, I found stuff and I did not end up going back because I spent way too much money at half price books. First of all, I'm not a big Conan guy, but these are all some very pretty books, very pretty Bronze Age books. For $1.50 each, I couldn't pass them up. Conan the Barbarian, number 84. The Return of John Buscema on art. Cool looking title. I don't have a lot of Conan, so it's cool to add a few things to my collection. Number 92, Conan versus the Thing in the Crypt. This has a good horror vibe to it. Again, $1.50, Bronze Age Marvel. Oh yeah, I'll buy that all day. And I kind of did. Conan the Barbarian, number 68, featuring King Cole. Oh man, that's awesome. And Conan number 59. I don't think any of these are keys. I haven't really looked these up, but I don't think they are. No, like first appearance of Red Sonja or anything crazy like that. Conan 67. Damsel in Distress cover. Okay. And then I found the first issue of this, one of my last videos. I already have this series. But they had the whole mini-series all bagged and boarded and a condition upgrade for me. Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity Gauntlet number 1. $1.50. I don't know what this is going for now, because I'm sure since the movies... I know this was hot, like during the Infinity War and all that, the movies. So I'm sure it's gone down, but still, it's a classic book. This miniseries is amazing. Issue 1, 2... This is a condition upgrade for me because I have a big tear rip right there on Cap's leg where you don't see it because it's not that book. But my copy's got a big tear right there and it always drives me nuts. So, cool. Issue 3, big battle scene. 4, classic Thanos cover. And 5. And 6. And then the rest of these, man, my shirt is a little homage. I'm not the biggest X-Men guy. Let me rephrase. I'm not the biggest X-Men guy, but I really liked the series when I first started collecting and I was a teenager. The Scott Lobdell, Fabian Nicieza stuff I really enjoyed. And so every so often I'll check out the X-Men books. And they must have just got a big collection in because they had a ton of stuff and a little bit older stuff and a couple things that I don't know how they got away with putting it for $1.50. It's very exciting. First, there are a few issues of Astonishing, right? So I know these are all appearances of Sword. Those of you watching WandaVision, Sword, the organization, was a big player. I think issue 3 here is the first mention of Sword. So that was cool. And 6, I think this is the first appearance of, God, what was her name? I read this series. I really enjoyed this series. Abigail Brand, I want to say. She's like the big, I don't know, the big head honcho of Sword, I think, during this run. And then issue 10, I think, has a couple more agents debuting, if I recall. So I just, $1.50 each. Those were really cool. But then there were all these books in the 80s. X-Men, which I don't see there often. Uncanny X-Men 192. And I'll point out the ones that I think are keys, that I know to be kind of something. X-Men 191, the Great Vision cover here. John Romita Jr. art, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is the first appearance of Nimrod, the like advanced Sentinel, right? So that was really exciting. And 190. I'm going backwards here, people, in case you couldn't figure it out. Boy. They say Chris Claremont, the writer of this, had certain fetishes and things. And issue 189, Yeah, I'm just picturing being a kid in whatever year this come out, 84, 84, asking mom and dad if I could buy this, and I don't think they'd let me. 188. Getting to the cooler stuff here, people. 187. Again, these are all $1.50. 184. I think this is the first appearance of Forge. I think it's the first appearance of Forge of the X-Men. He was a cool character that I enjoyed in the 90s. 183. This is the first appearance of somebody, but I couldn't tell you who. Really cool cover, though. 179. This is the first appearance of Leech, I do believe. I think I already have a copy of this, but happy to find another one for $1.50, excuse me. 178. Look at this one's in like nice Mylar, right? 177. Look how shiny. This is worth it for the Mylar alone. The nice backer board. 175. Look how beautiful this is. This clearly had to be from a collector, right? Because even a lot of these books had the micro chamber paper in it, right? Like, I've never seen micro chamber paper in person. I watch Captain Strangelove, and he'll bust that out for some of his books that are old and worth a lot of money. This guy just had this weird 80s X-Men collection. Crazy. 174. I think that's the marriage of Scott Summers. You know what? Maybe the next one was Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor. Here was, okay, this is one of the first ones I saw, and I was like, what is this doing in here? Uncanny X-Men 171. This is where Rogue joins the team. This is I don't know. I haven't looked in a while. $15, $20 book, right? I have a copy of this somewhere, so that's awesome. Have another one of these. 170, again, in some nice Mylar. So excited to find all these, right? And I found all these, and there was a guy that had just was going through the books, the bins on where these were when I got there, and I always hate that. So I'm like, someone's taking good stuff. But he didn't take any of this stuff. X-Men 163. And look at these. These are Dave Cockrum art at his best, man. 157. Oh, man, we got the Starjammers here. 156. Look at that cover. Dave Cockrum's costume designs. They don't work in, like, the movies. So, like, the Starjammers aren't going to look like this. They would do them in an X-Men movie. But they look so cool on the page, right? They're so awesome. Here's a key. This is 155. This is the first appearance of the Brood, right? The big alien, kind of look like the xenomorphs from the Alien movie. Like this is awesome to have. And then they had 153. And then my piece de resistance. I could not believe this is in here. And it's a little beat up. It needs to be cleaned. It needs a pressing. But for $1.50, Uncanny X-Men 141. The start of the Days of Future Past storyline. Classic cover. Iconic. $1.50. How is this $1.50? It's $1.50, and at the same half-price books, I found an issue of Kazar from the 80s that they wanted $2.50 for, right? I was so friggin' excited to get this book. That's amazing. That's $1.50 for a classic comic book. Wow. That's great. That's great. So that was I did not go back to the comic shop because I already spent way too much money at half-price books. Just great, man. You gotta keep digging. You gotta keep digging. I'll get burned a lot of the times, but you're not gonna find anything if you don't look. So I'll take that haul any day, man. That's great. Okay, that's all I got, people. It's nice outside. I'm gonna get outside, get some fresh air. You should do the same. Enjoy your lives. Be safe. Be well. I'll see y'all soon.